What if you had 8 days in Las Vegas, but didn't want to waste a single dollar? Yeah, we tried that. We're landing in Vegas right now, and over the next 8 days, we went all in. Not much gambling though, because we like having money, but on everything else. We stayed in 4 different hotels, ate at like 15 restaurants, and did about 15 different things around the city. Basically, we tested Vegas so you don't have to make the same mistakes we did, which, trust me, we made a few. Because here's the truth, Vegas is fun, but Vegas will also quietly rob you while smiling at you. Like, you walk in for a quick bite and the next thing you know, your wallet's like, hey, remember me? So instead of just showing you the highlight reel, we decided to track everything we spent. Hotels, food, activities, random stuff we didn't even plan for. Because if you're planning your first trip or you're trying to do Vegas without going broke, you probably want to know what's actually worth it and what's just expensive for no reason. We really pushed the limits on this trip. We were out there in the desert looking at colorful rocks like we're art experts or something, knowing good and well we have a hard time matching our own outfits. Riding around in autonomous taxis for the first time, and we're sitting there acting calm while secretly wondering, this car really don't need us. But honestly, we had a great time just trying new things and going places we'd never been before. We're gonna show you which hotels were actually worth the price, which restaurants had us like, okay, this is good, and which ones had us like, we paid how much for this? Plus the best things to do and a few things you might want to skip. And I'm not gonna lie, there were definitely moments where we looked at each other like, yeah, we probably shouldn't have done that. But there were also some really good surprises, stuff we'd 100% do again. So if you're planning a Vegas trip or just curious how much damage 8 days can do, you're in the right place. Real quick, hit that like button, subscribe, and send this to somebody you'd bring to Vegas with you, because you definitely shouldn't go alone, emotionally or financially. And you're gonna wanna stick around to the end, because this is where it gets interesting. After we show you exactly what we spent on this trip, we're gonna take this whole itinerary, similar or same hotels, similar or same restaurants, similar or same activities, and ask ChatGPT to do it cheaper. Yeah, we're letting AI judge our life choices. We want to see, did we overdo it? Could we have saved money? And how much cheaper could this trip actually be? Because right now, it feels like Vegas definitely won. Oh, and real quick before we jump in, if you're planning a Vegas trip and want to avoid wasting money like we definitely did a few times, we put together a free guide called 25 Las Vegas Tourist Traps that waste your money. It's packed with stuff we wish we knew before our trip, the overpriced stuff, the scams, the sneaky fees, and the things that look good online but hit different when you see the bill. The link is in the description and the comments, so make sure you grab it before you book anything. Trust me, this alone could save you a couple of $100 easy. All right, let's get into it. Welcome to Las Vegas. Alright, so day one started with us picking up our ride, and yeah, we went a little extra. We rented a 2023 drop-top Ford Mustang on Turo for 3 days, and it ran us $381 total. Not exactly budget, but hey, if you're gonna drive the Vegas Strip, you might as well look cool doing it, right? So after picking up the Mustang, we decided to avoid the chaos of the Strip for now and head out to Red Rock Canyon Park. And honestly, this might have been one of the best decisions we made the entire trip. Now here's the thing, Red Rock Canyon is only about 20 to 25 minutes from Las Vegas Strip, which is kind of wild when you think about it. You go from neon lights, casinos, and traffic to straight up desert mountains and peace and quiet. It almost doesn't feel real. Getting there is super easy too. You basically hop on the highway, Head west, and before you know it, the whole vibe just changes. And let me tell you, that drive, it's beautiful. Like, we're talking those big red rock mountains just popping up in the distance, getting closer and closer the whole time. We had the top down, cruising in the Mustang, and it just felt like one of those movie moments. Definitely one of those, okay, yeah, this was worth it moments. Of course, we had to make a stop at the Red Rock Canyon welcome sign. You already know how that goes. You can't come all the way out here and not grab a picture. So we pulled over, took a few photos, probably took longer than we needed to, but hey, memories, right? Eventually you get to the entrance where you have to pay to get into the park. At the time we went, it was about $20 per vehicle, which honestly isn't bad at all for what you get. You can also reserve your entry time online depending on the season, so that's something to keep in mind if you're planning ahead. Before heading into the scenic drive, we stopped by the visitor center, and I'm glad we did. It's actually pretty nice inside. They've got exhibits about the wildlife, the history of the area, and the different rock formations. It's a quick stop, but it gives you a better appreciation for what you're about to see. We also grabbed some water while we were there, and let me just say, do not come out here without water. Seriously, even if it doesn't feel super hot, the desert heat will sneak up on you real quick. Bring more water than you think that you need. That's one of those simple things that can make or break your experience. After that, we got back in the car and started the scenic drive. And wow, the views out there are just next level. You've got these massive red rock formations on both sides, different overlooks where you can pull over, take pictures, just take it all in. It's peaceful, it's beautiful, and it's honestly one of the best ways to experience the natural side of Vegas. We took our time, stopped at a few spots, got out, walked around a bit, took more pictures than we probably needed, but that's part of it. You don't want to rush this. And the crazy part is, all of this is right there, just minutes from the strip. Most people come to Vegas and never even see this side of it. So if you're planning a trip, especially if it's your first time, I definitely recommend doing Red Rock Canyon at least once. It's a nice break from the crowds, the noise, and yeah, from spending money every 5 minutes. It's one of those experiences that just feels different, calm, scenic, and honestly, kind of refreshing. It's definitely worth it. So after we left Red Rock Canyon, we weren't quite ready to head back to the strip just yet. So we made a quick stop over at Summerlin Centre, and honestly, this place was nice. It's about 20 minutes from the strip if you have a car, and it's a really nice change of pace from all the chaos. Think open air shopping, clean walkways, mountain views in the background. It just feels a little more relaxed out there. They've got a ton of shops, everything from popular retail stores to smaller boutique spots. And then there were vendors setting up, selling all kinds of stuff. We saw people with handmade items, accessories, little pop-up stands. It kind of felt like a mix between a shopping center and a local market. And then the food options. There is a lot. Like, we were walking around trying to decide what we wanted, and it was one of those situations where everything started sounding good. We actually planned on eating at Zaba's Mexican Grill. It looked good, smelled good, but yeah, it was packed. Like, do we really want to stand here and wait this long packed? So we made a game time decision and went with Panda Express instead. Nothing fancy, but it got the job done. And for both of us, it was about $25 total, which honestly isn't bad at all for Vegas. But what we like about Summerlin Centre is you can come here and not spend a dime if you don't want to. You can just walk around, people watch, check out the vendors, enjoy the atmosphere. And that's a win in Vegas. So yeah, if you've got transportation or are just in the area, we definitely recommend stopping by. It's simple and chill and much different from that strip energy. So after leaving Summerlin Centre, we figured, why not check out one more spot since we're already out there? We had heard some really good things about Red Rock Casino Resort and Spa, and since it was literally right down the street, we decided to pull up and see what it was all about. And I'm not even gonna lie, just driving up to the place, we were already impressed. The outside of this hotel is beautiful. It's got that upscale, clean, modern look, but it also blends in really well with the desert and the mountains in the background. It just feels really different from the strip hotels, less chaotic, more polished. We circled around for a minute and ended up finding parking outside. And the best part? Free. No fees, no confusion, no scan this, validate that. Just park and go. Already a win in Vegas. So we walk inside and the first thing you hit is the casino area. And right away, you can tell this place is legit. It's spacious, clean, and just has a really nice flow to it. Not overly crowded, not overwhelming, just a good vibe. As we started walking around, we noticed there were a ton of food options, like a lot. Everything from sit-down restaurants to quick grab-and-go spots. And of course, we had to stop and grab something. We ended up at this spot called Donuts and Chicken. Yeah, donuts and chicken. And honestly, it sounded random, but it worked. We grabbed a couple of donuts and some water, and it came out to about $15 total. Not bad at all, especially considering we were inside a casino. From there, we just kept exploring, and this is where it really started to stand out. This hotel is nice, like surprisingly nice. The casino area looked great, but once we got closer to the lobby, it just felt more upscale. Clean lines, nice lighting, and just a calm atmosphere overall. We also checked out their sportsbook area. It's not huge, but it's really well done. Big screens, comfortable seating, definitely a cool spot if you're into sports betting or just want to catch a game. Then we walked past their Keno room, which was another nice touch. You don't see that everywhere anymore, so it was cool that they still had that. Now this part right here caught us off guard. We saw a sign with some of the cheapest food prices we've seen anywhere in Vegas. I'm talking like, wait, is this real kind of prices? But then we saw the fine print. Apparently, you need some kind of special boarding pass or player card to get those prices. So now we're like, hold on, what is this and how do we get it? So if you've stayed here before or know how that works, definitely let us know in the comments, because if those prices are real, you could save some serious money staying here. We kept walking and then came across the bingo hall, which looked pretty active. Then right next to that, Red Rock Lanes, their bowling alley. And this wasn't just a couple of lanes. This was a full setup. Clean, modern, and honestly looked like a fun way to spend a night. And then something we didn't expect at all, Kids Quest. It's basically like a supervised play area for kids. So if you're traveling with family, this place actually has something for everybody. At this point, we were like, okay, this hotel really has everything. And from what we saw, it looks like they're even building a movie theater or expanding more entertainment options. We didn't go into a room, but from what we could see online and from the views around the property, the rooms look really nice. And the views, you've got the mountain views right there. Way different from staring at another hotel across the street on the strip. We also checked out the pool area from a distance, and it was packed. People were out there having a great time, relaxing, just enjoying the day. It looked like a whole vibe on its own. And the crazy part about all of this, touring the hotel didn't cost us anything. We just walked around, explored, and took it all in, and the only thing we spent money on was those donuts and water. So if you're looking for something to do that's free, or you just want to check out a really nice property without dealing with strip crowds, this is definitely worth a stop. And honestly, if you're thinking about staying in Vegas, but want something a little more chill, a little more spacious, and still luxury, this might be a great option. Definitely one of those hidden gems off the strip. So after touring the Red Rock Casino Resort, we finally made our way back to the strip to check into our first hotel, Resorts World, which is a Hilton property. Now pulling up to this place, it definitely makes an impression. Like you can't miss it. It's big, red, it's modern, and it just has this clean, high-end look to it. The lights, the design, everything about it just feels new compared to some of the older hotels on the strip. We were driving up like, okay, this is nice. Once we got parked and started walking in, that feeling didn't go away. The inside is just as impressive as the outside. It's super open, really bright, and everything just feels polished. You can tell they put a lot into the design of this place. So to get to our check-in, we had to walk through part of the casino, and you already know how Vegas casinos are. Lights, machines going off, people everywhere, but this one felt a little more upscale. Not as chaotic, just a smoother feel overall. And as we're walking through, we're kind of looking around like tourists again, soaking everything in. There are restaurants, bars, shops, everything you'd expect, but it just gives a sophisticated vibe. Now, Resorts World is actually made up of a few different hotels, and we were staying in the Hilton side. So we had to follow the signs through the casino to find the Hilton check-in area. And I give them credit. The signage was actually pretty clear, because sometimes when you go to Vegas, you can feel like you're walking in circles trying to find where you're supposed to go. But this one wasn't too bad. When we finally made it to the Hilton check-in area, it had a completely different feel from the casino. Way more calm, more relaxed, and honestly just a nice break from all the noise. And standing there, we were just kind of looking around thinking, yeah, this is a solid start to the trip. Between the outside, the casino, and now the check-in area, Resorts World definitely gave "we're really in Vegas now" feeling. And this was just the beginning. So after we checked in and got our keys, We headed up to the room, and I'm not gonna lie, we were a little excited to see what we got. The room itself was really clean. Like, you know how sometimes you walk into a hotel room and you start doing that little inspection? Yeah, we didn't really have to do that much here. Everything felt fresh, organized, and well put together. The bathroom though, super clean. That's always a big one for us. Nice shower, clean counters, no weird smells. You know, all the important stuff. However, I still have to give the room a little cleaning to my liking regardless. We booked a 1 king bed deluxe room with a panoramic view for 3 nights. And quick tip, if a hotel offers a panoramic view, just go ahead and ask for it, always. And for anybody wondering what panoramic view means, it basically means you can see everything. I think it's Greek for that, or at least that's what we're going with. But seriously, when we walked in and opened the curtains, yeah, that view was so nice. We could see the pool area and a good stretch of the strip. Especially at night with all the lights, it just hits different. And for the price, we paid $485 total for 3 nights, which honestly felt like a really solid deal for a place like this. Plus, they actually waived the resort fees during our stay because of a promotion they had going on. And if you've been to Vegas, you know that's a big deal. Those fees can sneak up on you real quick. So yeah, first room of the trip, definitely a good start. So after we got settled in the room for a bit, we were like, yeah, we can't just sit here. We're in Vegas, baby. So we headed back downstairs to explore the hotel a little more. And I'll be honest, Resorts World is big. Like you can spend a good amount of time just walking around and still not see everything. There were restaurants everywhere. I'm talking every few steps, it felt like there was another spot to eat. Sit down places, quick bites, upscale dining, you name it. And then mixed in with that, you've got shops, bars, little lounges, and it's just a lot going on, but in a good way. We ended up back in the casino area, and that's really where everything is happening. One thing that caught our attention was the Mystere they have inside. It's not the big one like the one on the strip, but it's still really cool to see in person. The visuals on it were actually pretty impressive. Definitely one of those things you stop and watch for a minute like, okay, this is nice. We also walked past the famous Zoox nightclub. Now, we didn't go inside or anything, but just seeing it from the outside, you can tell it's a whole experience on its own. That's definitely one of those spots, if you're into nightlife, you might want to check it out. Of course, after walking around for a bit, we got hungry again. So we stopped by Mulberry Street Pizza to grab something quick. We ended up getting 2 slices and it came out to about $24 total. Yeah, Vegas prices. And I'll be honest with you, the pizza was a little on the salty side. Not terrible, just you could taste it. But at that point, we were hungry, so it did the job. We grabbed our slices, found a spot to sit for a bit, and just took in everything around us. People walking by, lights everywhere, music in the background. It's that Vegas energy. And just like that, day 1 was pretty much wrapped up. Overall, Resorts World was solid. We paid about $160 a night, and honestly, it felt worth it. The hotel is really nice, super clean, modern, and just has a good vibe. Now, it is a little bit further from the main action on the strip, so that's something to keep in mind. But if you don't mind being slightly removed from the busiest areas and you want something that feels a little more upscale, this is definitely a great option. If you're not on a super tight budget, yeah, we'd recommend it. Day 1 in Vegas is in the books. So day 2 started simple. Although Denny's was right across the street from Resorts World, we drove over to get some breakfast because we also wanted to drive the strip during the daytime afterwards. All-American Slam, my husband went with the French Toast Slam, and honestly, it was pretty good. But the total, $56 with tax and tip. That's over $25 a person for Denny's. Yeah, Vegas can be expensive. We're already thinking ChatGPT is definitely gonna find us a cheaper breakfast option. After breakfast, we jumped in the Mustang, dropped the top, and just cruised the strip. I'm not even gonna lie, we felt way cooler than we actually are. The weather was perfect, music up, just rolling past all the hotels. Meanwhile, we're trying to look cool and not miss a turn like a confused tourist. But yeah, this was definitely one of those moments that just felt right. Rolling up and down the strip in a drop top is something you should try at least once in Vegas. Later that day, we decided to slow things down a bit and catch some football, so we headed over to the sports book inside the Dawg House Saloon. Now, I'll be honest, we walked in thinking we were about to get some nice, comfy seats with a perfect view of the screens. Yeah, that didn't happen. Every table was already booked. Apparently, everybody else had the same idea we did. And on Sundays, there is a cover charge for the sportsbook area. So we did what you do in Vegas. We improvised. We found a couple of seats at the bar, squeezed in, and made it work. The setup in there was actually really nice. Big screens everywhere, games on all around, and a good energy without it feeling too crazy. We were locked in watching the game. Well, kinda. So we're Tennessee Titans fans because we're from Tennessee. But my husband, he's also a diehard Steelers fan since he was a kid. Don't ask me how that works. I've been trying to figure that out for years. At some point, he's going to have to pick a side. We know it will be still a nation, though. Of course, we couldn't just sit there and not order anything. So we grabbed some food. We got the chicken nachos and a couple of drinks, and the total came out to about $62 with tax and tip. Now look, $62 for nachos and drinks? Yeah, that's Vegas. I've stopped being surprised at this point. But the nachos were good, and honestly, it was just a fun little break in the day. And real quick, we always make sure to tip around 20 to 22%. Those service workers are dealing with a lot, especially in a place like this. Long hours, busy crowds, it matters. Now, even though we didn't get the perfect seats, we still had a good time. Good food, good vibes, and just enjoying the moment, even if my husband still refuses to pick just one team. So today is also our anniversary. For our special celebration, we booked dinner at the Top of the World restaurant inside the Strat Hotel in Las Vegas. Our reservation was for 5:45 p.m. and we specifically chose a window table so we could soak in that incredible view. But here's the catch. You have to pay $27 per person just to reserve a window table. And once you're seated, you're allowed to enjoy your meal for up to 2 hours. Now, if you're driving yourself to the Strat Hotel, parking is pretty simple. Self-parking is $10, but if you happen to have Las Vegas tags on your car, parking is free. Our Turo rental had Las Vegas tags, so we parked for free at the Strat. Now, once you're inside, just follow the signs to the Top of the World check-in desk, pass through security, and then you'll be escorted to the elevator for a quick ride up to the restaurant. When you get to the top, you'll need to wait a few minutes to be seated. The hostess greeted us very warmly and even handed us a special card that said, "Happy Anniversary," which was such a nice touch. When we finally sat down, the view was absolutely breathtaking. At first, it was still daylight, so we could clearly see all of Las Vegas. But as we ate, we watched the sun go down and the city transform as the neon lights came on. Insider tip. The sun usually sets around 7 p.m. in Vegas, so if you want to see the city in both daylight and nighttime, make your reservation between 5:45 and 6:45 p.m. Now let's talk about the food. They started us off with some hot, fresh bread that was delicious. For drinks, I ordered a ude colada, and John went with a seasoned old-fashioned. We both started with Caesar salads, which were crisp and fresh, and for the main course, I had the filet mignon with mashed potatoes, and let me just say, the filet was cooked perfectly and packed with flavor, and it was very tender. John had the salmon with mashed potatoes, which was also seasoned beautifully. And dessert. We shared what was honestly one of the best desserts we've ever had. The warm butter cake topped with ice cream. Rich, warm, sweet, and absolutely heavenly. As if that wasn't enough, during dinner we actually got to witness someone doing a bungee jump right outside the tower. It was awesome to see from our table and definitely added to the excitement of the evening. After dinner, we headed up to the observation deck. This area has even better view since it's outside, making it the perfect spot for photos and videos. You can also watch people enjoying the thrill rides up there, which was fun to see. And the weather was perfect, which made the whole experience even better. So let's talk cost. To reserve our window table, it was $54 total. That's $27 per person. Our dinner, including tip, came to $298. Altogether, that's a little over $350 for the evening. Was it worth it? For us, absolutely. The view was amazing, the food was excellent, and the overall experience was unforgettable, especially for such a special occasion like our 29th anniversary. So later that night, we hopped back in the Mustang, dropped the top again, and drove the strip from the Strat all the way down to the Las Vegas sign. And I'm telling you, Vegas at night is a vibe. We started up near the Strat, and right away you could see the energy picking up. More people, more lights, more everything. And as we started rolling down the strip, it just kept building. We had the music going, trying to act like we do this all the time. Meanwhile, we're driving 10 miles an hour with a line of cars behind us. Like, we're not going to rush. We're just going to take it all in. But seriously, the lights out there, it's constant. Every hotel is trying to outdo the next one. You've got bright colors, giant screens, flashing signs. It's almost sensory overload, but in a good way. We passed by Resorts World again, and it looked even better at night. Then you keep going, and you get to see all the various hotels, Encore, Wynn, etc., all the way down. Each spot has its own look, its own vibe, and you can't help but just keep looking around. And with the top down, you're not just seeing it, you're hearing everything too. Music from the street, people talking, cars passing by. It just pulls you all in. Now, I'm not gonna lie, driving the strip at night is not fast. It's more like a slow roll, but honestly, that's kind of the point. You're not in a rush, you're just there to enjoy it all. We're cruising past Caesar's Palace, Bellagio, Paris, and I'm over here trying to look left, right, straight ahead, and still stay in my lane. It's a lot going on. At one point, I'm like, okay, focus. Don't end this trip early trying to sightsee while driving. But it really is one of those moments where you just sit back and think, this is Vegas, the city that doesn't sleep. The Bellagio area especially, there's just so much happening. People everywhere, lights reflecting off of everything, just constant movement. You can tell this is where a lot of the action is. And then as we kept going south, things started to open up a little more. Still busy, still bright, but just a different feel as you get closer to the end of the strip. We've got a whole trip ahead of us. And honestly, that drive, that might have been one of my favorite parts so far. Not because it cost anything crazy, not because it was some big planned activity, but just because it gave the scene we were looking for. No schedule, no rush, just cruising, taking it all in. And yeah, maybe we were driving a little too slow. Maybe people behind us weren't loving it. But listen, if you're going to drive the strip at night with the top down, you might as well enjoy it. So if you're coming to Vegas and you've got a car, even if it's not a Mustang, even if it's something way less cool, do this at least once. Just pick a night, roll the windows down, and drive the strip. It's that simple. And enjoy. So after this, we're going back to the hotel to turn in for the night to get ready for day 3. Enjoy the rest of the ride, and we'll see you tomorrow. So day 3, we finally slowed things down a little and decided to check out the pool at Resorts World. I have to say, we were looking forward to this because after all the walking, eating, and spending money, we needed a break. We got down there and right away, you can tell this isn't just a basic hotel pool. This place is big, like really big. There are multiple pool sections, different vibes depending on where you go, tons of lounge chairs, cabanas. It's basically its own little world back there. The setup is very nice too. Everything feels clean, organized, and just easy to move around. You don't feel like you're packed on top of people, even though there are a lot of people out there. And the weather, perfect. One of those days where you're like, yeah, this is exactly where I need to be right now. So of course we found a couple of chairs, got settled in, and just relaxed for a bit in the loungers. But we were also looking around like, okay, this is actually really nice. Eventually we got in the water, and yeah, the water felt great. It wasn't too cold, not too warm. It was just right. You could actually stay in there and enjoy it without feeling like you needed to jump right back out. We spent some time just hanging out, talking, people watching, which, by the way, is top tier entertainment in Vegas. Now here's where things took a turn. We got hungry, and instead of being smart, we decided to order food from the pool. Yeah, I already know. I can hear y'all judging us. We ordered lunch from the Agave restaurant while we were sitting there just trying to live our best life, and when the bill came, $75 for lunch at the pool. Let me say that again, $75. Now the food was good, I'm not even gonna lie. It hit the spot, but if you are on a budget, do not do this. Just don't. Eat before you come down, bring snacks, do something, but don't casually order poolside food thinking it's gonna be reasonable. But Vegas will remind you real quick that it's not. And if you wanna splurge, live your life. After we recovered from that financial decision, we decided to explore a little more of the pool area. And that's when we found it, the Athena Affinity Ultra Pool. And yeah, this was the spot. As soon as we walked over there, you could just feel the difference. It's got that infinity edge look, a more elevated vibe, and the view from there, that was really nice. For this section of the pool, there is a charge for loungers and cabanas, but you can still enjoy the pool for free. We got in the water, and I'm telling you, this was easily our favorite part of the whole pool experience. The water felt amazing, the space felt a little more relaxed, and you just kind of sit there looking out like, okay, this is what we came here for. We definitely made the right choice coming here today. We stayed over there for a while, just enjoying it, soaking it in, not really worrying about anything. No rushing, no planning, just being there in the moment. And that's something I'll say about this pool. It's not just about swimming, it's about the whole experience. You can spend hours out there and not feel bored. Let's be honest, this whole setup is part of the Vegas experience. And with that comes Vegas pricing. But if you're already staying at the hotel and you've got a day where you just want to relax and enjoy it, it's definitely worth checking out. And I'll say this too, out of all the pools we've seen on the strip, this one is way up there. Like, this might actually be one of the best hotel pools in Vegas. Between the size, the layout, the different sections, and that Athena Infinity Ultra Pool, it's hard to beat. But hey, we could be wrong, and that's just our opinion. Now, if you've been to a better pool in Vegas, let us know in the comments, because now we're curious. We wrapped up our time out there just feeling relaxed, a little sun-kissed, and a little lighter in the wallet thanks to that good lunch. But overall, great experience. Just remember, enjoy the pool, but be careful with that food menu. Next, we decided to try the autonomous taxi called Zoox. So here's the deal right now. The Zoox taxi service in Vegas is free of charge to ride, but you do have to register with their app first. Once you're signed up, you can catch a ride at one of their 5 designated stops on the strip: Resorts World, Luxor, Top Golf, Area 15, and the New York Hotel. You can either be dropped off at one of these locations, or if you just want to test it out, they offer spin routes. There are 2 options: the Vegas spin, which takes you all the way down to the Luxor and back to Resorts World, or the quick spin, which loops around Resorts World. We decided to do the Vegas spin, and it was such a cool experience. Now let's talk about the vehicle itself. From the moment you get inside, it feels futuristic. There's no driver's seat, no steering wheel, just a spacious interior with comfortable seating. They've thought of everything: music you can control, USB chargers for your phone, climate control for your comfort, and plenty of leg room. It honestly felt more like sitting in a lounge than a taxi. But what really impressed us was the driving capability. The Zoox handled turns, stops, and lane changes with precision. It felt safe, smooth, and almost unreal knowing that no human was actually behind the wheel. It's clear this is the future of transportation, and it's going to be interesting to see how services like Zoox impact traditional taxi drivers, ride-share companies like Uber and Lyft, and even public transit down the road. Autonomous taxis could really change the way we think about getting around cities. Overall, riding in Zoox was an amazing experience and something we definitely recommend trying if you're in Las Vegas. It's free for now, so there's no reason not to give it a spin. So after relaxing at the pool and taking a Zoox ride, we decided to switch it up completely. And yeah, we went to Circus Adventure Dome. Now let me just say this up front. This was us trying to relive our state fair days from back in Nashville in the 1980s. Two grown folks over 50 walking into an indoor amusement park like we still got it. We walked in and immediately started laughing because it really does feel like a mix between a carnival and an arcade, just all under a giant dome. And I'll give them credit, it's actually pretty impressive. The whole place is indoors, climate controlled, and packed with rides, games, food stands. Just a lot going on. So we decided to go all in and get the all-day ride passes. That was $60 each, but it was on sale for 50% off. So right off the bat, we were $60 in. At that point, we're like, okay, we better ride something. It was really empty in there, I guess because it was on a weekday when we went. Maybe the best time to go if you're looking to do as much as possible to get your money's worth. Now let's talk about these rides. They've got roller coasters in there, not little kiddie rides. I'm talking real coasters, twisting, turning, going up and around the whole dome. And my husband, we're standing there and he's like, yeah, I can get used to this again. And like Jay-Z says on his song called The Story of OJ, I was like, okay. Because once he got on that first ride, his body quickly reminded him that he's not 16 anymore. We still had fun though. We hit a few rides, laughed a lot, probably held on a little tighter than we needed to, and just embraced it. You got everything from coasters to spinning rides, bumper cars, and all those classic fair style attractions. Then there are the games. You know, the ones where you're convinced you can win something, and next thing you know, you spent money trying to win a stuffed animal that costs less than what you just paid. We showed some restraint though. We've grown slightly. Then of course we got thirsty. 2 bottled waters, $8. And because apparently we just can't stop eating, we grabbed a couple of Krispy Kreme donuts for $7. So by the time everything was said and done, we were right around $75 total for the whole Adventure Dome experience. Now here's the thing, was it worth it? Honestly, yeah, for what it was. If you're traveling with kids, this place is a no-brainer. They're gonna love it. For adults, it's more about the experience, having something to do, and just having fun with it. For us, it was more about the laughs, just being in there acting like we still had the energy we used to have and quickly realizing we don't. But I will say, it's nice having something like this indoors, especially in Vegas where the weather can get crazy. This gives you an option to do something different without being outside the whole time. Would we do it again? Maybe, after a long recovery period because those coasters were no joke. But I'm glad we did it. It was fun, it was different, and it definitely brought back some memories. Even if our bodies were like, yeah, don't do that again anytime soon. So let me tell you about this moment, because this right here, this was pure comedy. We're walking around Adventure Dome, just minding our business, and my husband spots this ride, the inverter. And if you don't know what that is, it's one of those rides that flips you upside down like you made some bad life decisions. Now me, I look at it and immediately knew, yeah, that's not happening. I've reached a point in my life where I respect gravity a little too much, but him, oh no. He's standing there like, I used to ride stuff like this all the time. Used to. That word is important. So I'm like, okay, go ahead. Because I already knew how this was about to end. It was so slow in this place that he was the only one on this big old ride. He gets strapped in, and I'm standing there watching like I'm at a live show. The ride starts slow, then all of a sudden, it flips. And I mean flips. Upside down, legs in the air, everything. And I'm watching his face, and it went from, I got this, to I regret everything real quick. You know that look when someone realizes they made a mistake, but it's too late? Yeah, that was him. Meanwhile, I'm down there trying not to laugh too loud because I'm still a supportive spouse, but also, this is hilarious. So you would think, after the inverter situation, my husband would have learned his lesson. You know, like when you touch a hot stove once and go, yeah, I'm not doing that again. Nope, not him. We're walking, minding our business, and he spots the slingshot. And I'm like, sir, didn't we just go through this same scenario? But no one's in line, so he took advantage. At this point, I'm not even trying to stop him. I'm just here for the show. They strap him in, and I'm standing there like a proud, slightly concerned spouse. Then boom, this thing launches straight up, and I mean fast. I've never seen someone go from confident to questioning their life choices that quickly. He comes back down, and I'm like, you good? Same answer. Yeah, I'm good. No, you're not. But hey, at least he's consistent. After all that chaos, I finally found a ride that matched my current lifestyle, the Circus Carousel. And listen, at this stage in my life, I'm not trying to be flipped, launched, or tested by gravity. I just want to sit down, go in a circle, and keep my dignity intact. So we hop on this thing, and honestly, it's perfect. Nice, calm, no sudden drops, no am I about to pass out moments, just peaceful spinning. And the funny part, we both actually enjoyed it. Meanwhile, little kids are walking past this ride saying that they don't want to get on this ride because it's too kiddie. And I'm over here holding on like, yeah, this is just my speed. No regrets, no recovery time needed, no walking off the ride questioning my life choices, just vibes. And a reminder that sometimes simple is better. I've officially entered my carousel era. Well, here we go again. You would think after the inverter and the slingshot, my husband would be done, finished, retired from thrill rides. Nope. We're walking and he spots Nebula Z. And I'm like, sir, what are we doing? At this point, I'm not even surprised. I've accepted my role. I'm not here to stop him. I'm here to document the bad decisions. So he hops on, all confident again, like he didn't just survive 2 near-death experiences 5 minutes ago. The ride starts spinning, lifting, flipping, and I'm just standing there like, yeah, he's gonna regret this. And sure enough, halfway through, I can already see it on his face, that same look, that why did I do this look? He gets off trying to act normal, and I'm like, you're good? Same answer. Yeah, I'm good. At this point, I don't believe anything he says. At some point, we realized we needed to stash our stuff before trying one more ride, the roller coaster. So we grabbed a locker. That was another $4. Not bad, but it adds up. So after leaving the Adventure Dome and surviving all those rides, we went to check out the food court inside Circus. Let me say, it was new and really nice. Super convenient, especially if you're already there. They've got Popeyes if you're craving fried chicken, Einstein Brothers bagels for something quick like breakfast sandwiches and coffee, pickup sticks for Asian style dishes, and Burger King for classic fast food fix. So if you've been running around all day at the Adventure Dome, this is an easy spot to grab something and recharge before heading back out. So later that night, we decided to do something a little different and catch a show, Mystere by Cirque du Soleil over at Treasure Island. I have to admit, those tickets weren't cheap. We paid about $212 for 2 tickets, and at first I was like, okay, this better be good. But somehow we ended up with upgraded seats when we arrived. I don't know if it was luck, timing, or Vegas just feeling generous for once, but we were not complaining. And let me tell you, the view we had was perfect. The show itself was wild. I'm talking acrobatics, crazy strength, people flipping around like gravity just doesn't apply to them. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there just in awe of their talents. It was entertaining from start to finish. Funny moments, impressive performances, just a really good experience overall. Honestly, if you're coming to Vegas and thinking about seeing a show, I definitely recommend this one. Pricey? Yeah. Worth it? Also, yes. So after the Mystere show, we were definitely ready to eat again, because apparently that's just what we do on this trip. We headed over to the Venetian, and I will say, just walking through that place at night is an experience by itself. You've got all these shops, people still out moving around, and then you look over and the gondolas are still going, people at the casino. Like, people are really out here riding boats indoors at night. There's nothing quite like the vibe out here. We made our way through all of that trying not to get distracted, which is hard, and finally got to the food court. And I'm gonna say it, this might be the best food court on the strip. Plus, it's open late, which is a big deal when you're out all day. I went with Chipotle and kept it simple. My husband, he found Jaybird's Nashville hot chicken. Now, we're from Nashville and I've never seen a Jaybird's back home, but okay. He said it was delicious though, so I'll give them that. At that point, we were just tired, full, and ready to head back. So that's a wrap on another long Vegas day in the books. So day 4 started with us checking out of Resorts World. And I'm not gonna lie, I was already missing that room a little bit, but it was time to switch things up. We grabbed our stuff, hopped back into the Mustang, and headed out to Seven Magic Mountains. Now, if you haven't heard of Seven Magic Mountains, it's this outdoor art installation about 20 minutes south of the Las Vegas Strip. It's literally out in the desert, just off the highway, and it's made up of these huge stacks of colorful boulders. And when I say colorful, I mean bright, like you can't miss them. The cool thing is, it's free. No tickets, no entry fee, nothing. You just pull up, park, and walk over. Getting there was easy. You pretty much drive straight out of the city, and the further you go, the more it feels like you're leaving Vegas behind. Less traffic, more open space, and then all of a sudden, you start seeing these bright colors in the distance. Sure enough, the closer you get, the more it stands out. Just these tall stacks of painted rocks sitting in the middle of the desert. Like, this is weird, but a cool and unique attraction. We found a place to park. Parking is also free, which we appreciated, and walked over. Now, I'll be honest, when you first walk up to it, you're kind of like, okay, this is a bunch of colorful rocks. But then you start looking at the details, the size of them, how they're stacked, and it grows on you, and you're amazed at the thought and artistry behind the idea. Each stack is made up of these big limestone boulders that have been painted in neon colors, and they're tall too, like way taller than I expected. It's actually pretty impressive when you're standing next to them. Of course, we had to take pictures, Everybody out there is taking pictures, so you kind of just join in the rotation. We're over here trying to get the perfect angle like we're professional photographers, knowing good and well we're just gonna post it and keep it moving. But it's a fun stop. It doesn't take a ton of time. You can probably spend 20 to 30 minutes out there, take your pictures, walk around a bit, and you're good. Now, one thing I will say, it is the desert. There's not a lot of shade. It can be hot really quick. So if you're coming out here, definitely bring water. The Vegas desert has a way of humbling you real fast. Also, there are no real facilities out there, so just keep that in mind. It's literally just the installation and the open desert around it. So take a potty break before you get here. But overall, I'm glad we made the trip. It's something different. It's quick, it's free, and it gives you a reason to step away from the strip for a minute. Would I build a whole day around it? Probably not. But as a quick stop, especially if you've got a car, it's worth checking out at least once. Plus, it gave us a few solid pictures and a little break from spending money every 5 minutes. So after leaving 7 Magic Mountains, we decided to switch gears completely and head back towards civilization. And by that, I mean shopping. We pulled up to the Las Vegas North Premium Outlets, which is about 10 to 15 minutes from the strip depending on traffic. So it's super easy to get to, especially if you've got a car. Now this place, it's an outdoor outlet mall and it's big. So wear your comfortable shoes for all the walking you'll do. You've got all kinds of stores, Nike, Coach, Michael Kors, Adidas, Levi's, pretty much all the brands you'd expect just with outlet pricing. And let me just say, outlet pricing in Vegas still requires a little self-control because you walk in thinking you're about to save money and next thing you know, you've spent money. So we walked around for a bit, checking out different stores, pretending like we weren't tired from everything we'd already done that day. Eventually, we got hungry, so we headed over to the food court. And the food court was actually pretty solid. Not just 1 or 2 options. There were a bunch of different spots to choose from. I ended up going with a salad combo from Greenleaf's, trying to make at least one responsible food decision on this trip. That came out to about $25. John, he kept it simple with the Subway combo for $24. So yeah, even the quick food out here still adds up. But it did the job. We sat down, took a break, people watched for a bit because that's free entertainment. After we ate, I told myself I wasn't really shopping. I was just looking. Yeah, that lasted about 10 minutes. I ended up going into Charlotte Russe and picked up a couple of tanks for $17 total, which honestly wasn't bad at all. So I felt like I won a little bit. Then, because we clearly weren't done spending money, we grabbed ice cream from Haagen-Dazs. 2 cones came out to $21. I'll be real, I looked at that total like, for ice cream? But at that point, we were committed, no turning back, and it was hot and I wanted a cool treat. We ended up staying at the mall for about 2 hours total, just walking around, browsing, taking breaks, trying not to overdo it. And the good news, parking wasn't bad at all. The garage parking ended up being $5 for those 2 hours, which in Vegas terms feels like a discount. Overall, I'd say this is a good stop if you got some time and you want to do a little shopping without being directly on the strip. It's easy to get to, there's a lot of variety, and you can control how much you spend if you've got more discipline than we do. For us, it was a nice break. Not too crazy, not too rushed, just a chance to slow down a little bit and do something different. Even if we did walk out with less money than we planned. So after leaving the outlet mall, we made our way downtown to check in our second hotel of the trip, Circa. Now, if you've never been to downtown Vegas, it's a whole different feel from the Strip. A little more compact, a little more old school energy, but still plenty going on. We pulled into Circa and parked in the Garage Mahal, which first of all sounds fancy, right? Short-term parking ran us $15, which honestly in Vegas terms isn't the worst we've seen. Once we got inside, we could already tell this place was a little different. Circa is adults only, so no kids running around and everything just feels a bit more grown. Clean, modern, and just put together really well. We checked in and headed up to the room, and I have to admit, I was curious to see if it would live up to the hype. We booked a single king with a stadium swim view for 2 nights. The base price was about $129 per night, which sounds great until Vegas does what Vegas does. By the time you add in resort fees and taxes, it came out to about $406 total, which is a little over $200 a night. And that's just how Vegas works. They lure you in with one number and then surprise. But once we got into the room, I'll give them credit. It was nice. The layout was clean, modern, and just felt fresh. The bed looked comfortable, everything was well organized, and it didn't have that worn out feel you sometimes get in an older hotel. But the real highlight, the view. Because we had that stadium swim view, we could look right down into the pool and that massive screen they have out there. And if you've seen stadium swim, you already know. It's a whole scene. People in the pool, music going, games playing on that huge screen, and we had a front row seat from our room. I'm standing there looking out the window like, okay, this is actually pretty cool. It's one of those views where you don't even have to leave your room to feel like you're part of the action. We spent a few minutes just taking it in, watching everything going on below, probably longer than we needed to, but hey, we paid for the view, we're gonna use it. And another thing, I thought it was pretty cool, they've got this mobile tablet in the room. So instead of calling down or trying to track someone down, you can just use the tablet to order things like fresh towels, housekeeping, or whatever you need. And I'm not gonna lie, I like that. Because sometimes I don't feel like talking on the phone, I just want to press a button and keep it moving. Overall, first impression of Circa, solid. Pricey once you add everything up, but the room, the view, and the overall setup definitely made it feel worth it. So after getting settled in at Circa, it was time to do something not very glamorous, return the rental car. But before that, we made a quick life decision stop at a laundromat about 2 miles away on East Charleston. Took us maybe 10 minutes to get there, and honestly, it was worth it. We spent about $10 washing clothes so we wouldn't be recycling outfits the rest of the trip. Right next door was an Albertsons, and my husband came back like he won the lottery. 2 12-packs of water for $5 total. I was like, where was this energy earlier? Grocery stores in Vegas equals major money saver. After that, we filled up the Mustang, $32, and returned it. Then grabbed an Uber back to Circa for $35. Not exciting, but very necessary. So after we got back to Circa, we changed clothes and headed up to check out Stadium Swim because you can't stay here and not at least see what it's all about. Now, if you're not staying at the hotel, there's a $25 general admission fee to get in. Not terrible, but yeah, another Vegas expense to keep track of. As soon as you walk up, you'll see the rules posted everywhere. No outside food, no drinks, no selfie sticks, and this one surprised me, no chewing gum. I guess they've seen some things with gum stuck anywhere and everywhere. Now let's talk about getting up there, because that escalator, it is long. Like you step on and you're just standing there thinking, okay, we're still going. It feels like you're riding it forever. But once you finally get up there, you can see the check-in area where you get your wristband, and after that, you've got to go through metal detectors. So they're not playing around with security. Then you walk into the entrance of the pool area, and everything is laid out. The pools, the big screen, all the seating areas. And here's the funny part. When we went, it was actually pretty empty. So all this space, all these pools, and we're just kind of walking around like, okay, we basically have the place to ourselves. But honestly, we enjoyed it. It was quiet, relaxed, and we didn't have to fight for a spot or deal with big crowds. We took our time, walked around, checked things out, and just enjoyed the moment. No chaos, no pressure, just a chill break in the middle of everything else we had going on. And sometimes that's actually what you need. So after Stadium Swim, we figured let's step outside and see what Fremont is about tonight. First stop, food, because apparently we can't go more than a couple of hours without eating. We hit the Fremont food court. I went with Steak and Shake, about $15, and John went with Huey Magoo's for $22. Not the cheapest, but at this point we were just trying to refuel and keep it moving. Then we stepped out onto Fremont. And yeah, it was packed as usual. Live music, lights everywhere, people dancing, performers all over the place. At one point, we saw a Michael Jackson impersonator out there doing his thing, and I'm not gonna lie, he was actually pretty good. You got people just hanging out, laughing, enjoying themselves. It's a whole different energy from the Strip. We walked around for a bit, took it all in, tried not to get run over by the crowd, normal Fremont activities. And after that, we headed back into Circa to check out the fitness room. And surprisingly, it was actually really nice. Clean, good equipment, plenty of space. And I looked at it like, we didn't work out on this trip, but it was good to know it was there. And then my husband decided to do something I wasn't expecting. He wanted to record the men's public bathroom. Now, before you judge, he made sure nobody was in there first. But why? He was so impressed with how clean it was, and honestly, I get it. A clean public bathroom in Vegas, that's worth documenting. That concludes day 4. See you tomorrow. So day 5. We didn't wake up early. We woke up around noon. We wanted to sleep in and catch up on our rest. At this point, Vegas had officially adjusted our schedule. We got dressed and headed over to the Golden Nugget because we heard they had a Chick-fil-A. And listen, sometimes you just need something familiar. Lunch here cost us $34 total. Walking through the Golden Nugget was actually pretty cool. You go through the casino area first, and it's got that classic Vegas feel. Older style, but still really nice and well kept. Not as flashy as some of the newer places, but it's got character. As we're walking through, we pass by the pool area, and this is where it gets interesting. They've got a shark tank, like actual sharks in a glass tank, swimming around while people are in the pool. I had to stop for a second, like, wait, what? People are out there relaxing, swimming, having a good time, and there are sharks right there behind the glass. And I'm just standing there thinking, yeah, I don't know if I'm that relaxed. We watched for a bit because you can't not look, then kept it moving toward the food court. And honestly, after all that walking, seeing sharks, Chick-fil-A sounded perfect. So after Chick-fil-A, we decided to walk it off a little and head over to the Fremont East District to check out Container Park during the day. Now this walk, it's not too bad, but yeah, we were moving a little slower than we thought we would. Vegas will humble your step count real quick. As we made our way over, we passed a few spots that caught our attention. First up was Evil Pie. It's this pizza spot with Evel Knievel vibes all over it. Motorcycles, stunt references, the whole thing. Looked like a fun place to grab a slice if you're into that kind of thing. Then we walked past Electric Mushroom. That one stood out because it's got this colorful, almost unique look to it. Definitely one of those places that makes you stop and go, I wonder what's going on in there. And then there's the El Cortez Hotel. Now that one's got history. You can tell it's been around for a while. It's got that old school Vegas feel, like it's seen a few stories over the years. So we keep walking and eventually we make it to the Container Park. And right out front, you can't miss it. There's this giant praying mantis sculpture. Actually, I think there are a couple of them, but the main one out front. Big, metal, and just sitting there like it owns the place. I've heard at night they shoot fire, but during the day, it just kind of chilling. Still impressive though. We walk inside and the whole place is built out of shipping containers, like actual containers turned into shops, restaurants, and little hangout spots. It's all stacked up and arranged in this open air layout, and it's pretty cool to see. Now when we went, it wasn't crowded at all, which honestly, we didn't mind. We would walk around, look at everything, and not feel rushed or packed in. There are little boutiques, places to grab food, and seating areas, and even a playground area in the middle. We took our time walking through, checking out the different spots, peeking into a few shops, just taking it all in. It's not a huge place, but it's different enough to be worth stopping by, especially if you're already in the Fremont East area. Plus, it gave us a chance to slow down a bit before we went right back to eating again. So after Container Park, we made our way over to the Plaza Hotel to check out the Carousel bar. And I've got to say, this one was a fun stop. As soon as we walked up, I was like, okay, this is different. I wonder, does it move? But it doesn't. The whole bar is designed like a carousel, lights going around, that whole spinning ride look, but instead of horses, you've got bar stools, which honestly works better for me at this stage in life. Now here's the funny part. When we got there, it was completely empty. Just us. I'm like, are we early? Or is this our private VIP moment? But I wasn't mad about it at all. We grabbed a couple of seats, got comfortable, and just enjoyed the quiet for a minute. The bartender came over and he was really cool. Easy to talk to, good energy, and just made the whole experience feel relaxed. I ordered a strawberry mocktail, trying to keep it light. And John went with the Grand Pineapple. And I'll give them credit, both drinks were actually really good. Like, no complaints at all. Then the bill came, $44 for 2 drinks. And I just looked at it like, yep, that sounds about right. But honestly, sitting there, it didn't feel like a bad spin. We had good drinks, a chill atmosphere, and a front row seat to people walking by. Because that's really the thing about this spot. It's perfect for people watching. You're right there, right in the mix, just watching everything go by without having to move. Now we went during the day, so it was pretty laid back. But I can already tell you, at night, this place probably turns up a bit. More people, more energy, lights hitting a little different. But even during the day, we had a great time. It was simple, it was relaxing, and it gave us a chance to just sit and enjoy the moment. Just sitting still for once, which we clearly needed. So after we got our drinks at the Carousel bar, we literally walked right next door to Pinkbox Doughnuts because apparently we decided this trip was also a dessert tour. Now we've heard people talk about this place, so we were like, all right, let's see what the hype is all about. First thing you notice when you walk in, everything is pink, like aggressively pink. Walls, signs, boxes, they are fully committed to the theme, and honestly, we loved it. It just makes the place feel fun. Plus, pink is my favorite color. Then you look at the donuts, and they've got a lot going on. We're talking classic glaze, filled donuts, ones with crazy toppings, cereal on top, icing stacked high, just all kinds of options and shapes. Some of them look like dessert on top of dessert. We ended up grabbing 4 donuts for $13, which honestly isn't bad compared to some of the other prices we've seen out here. And I've got to say, they were really good. Soft, fresh, and actually worth it. Not just good for pictures, but good for eating too. Now, one thing I still don't understand, why is the mascot a pile of poop? I'm standing there like, who approved this? But hey, it's memorable, I guess. But overall, between the donuts, the decor, and just the whole experience, we definitely recommend stopping by. Just maybe don't think too hard about the mascot while you're eating. So after grabbing our donuts, we made a quick stop at the ABC store to pick up a few things. Nothing crazy, about $10 worth of stuff, and then headed back up to the room to change because we were going back to Stadium Swim. At this point, we're like, why not run it back? Especially since it was so chill the first time. We got changed, headed back downstairs, went through the whole process again. Wristbands, security, all that. And made our way up the long escalator like we were pros this time. And when we got up there, empty again. I'm talking, we basically had the whole place to ourselves. And I'm not complaining one bit. Now keep in mind, it was a weekday. The weather was perfect, sun was out, not too hot, just right. The water felt great, and without a crowd, we could actually move around, pick whatever spot we wanted, and just relax. No fighting for chairs, no loud chaos, just us, the pool, and that big screen. We got in the water, hung out for a bit, probably stayed longer than we planned because, well, we could. And I'll be honest, I'm starting to think we timed this whole thing perfectly because I know this place doesn't always look like this. At some point, it gets packed, more likely on the weekends or special sports events. But for us, it felt like we booked a private session without paying for it. We just chilled, talked, enjoyed the quiet, and didn't spend any money this time, which felt like a win. Sometimes it's not about doing more, it's just about enjoying where you are. So later that night, we decided to head back out to Fremont East and see what it looked like after dark because daytime Fremont, and nighttime Fremont, two completely different situations. We started walking down the same path we took earlier, but this time everything was lit up. Evil Pie had its lights going, music coming out, people hanging around outside. It just felt more alive. Electric Mushroom, yeah, even more eye-catching at night. The lights, the colors, it definitely stands out. I'm still not 100% sure what goes on in there, but I'm also not asking too many questions. And then there's the El Cortez. At night, it really leans into that old school Vegas look. Lights glowing, people coming in and out. You can tell that place has been part of the scene for a long time. So we keep walking, and as we get closer to the container park, we can already see the glow from a distance. And then we see it, the mantis. Now during the day, it was just sitting there looking cool, but at night, a whole different story. This thing starts shooting fire like actual flames, time to music. And I'm standing there like, okay, now this is what I was expecting earlier. It's loud, it's bright, and it gets your attention real quick. So we walk inside Container Park again, and it's definitely more active than earlier. More people walking around, shops open, music playing. It just feels more energized. The containers themselves are all lit up now, which makes the whole setup look completely different. Same layout, but a totally different experience. We walked around again, checked out a few of the same spots, but this time with more going on around us. People sitting, talking, kids playing in the center area, music in the background, just more movement overall. We didn't stay long, but it was worth coming back just to see the difference between day and night. Now, on the walk back, this is where things got a little more interesting. We see a group of women standing there, and they've got live snakes around their necks, like scarves, actual snakes. And I just stopped, like, wait, what is happening right now? Apparently, there was a street hustler offering people the chance to take pictures with the snakes. Now listen, I don't understand the appeal at all of wanting to take a picture with a snake. I'm looking at them like, you're just out here letting a snake hang around your neck for fun? Meanwhile, I can barely deal with a loose headphone cord touching my neck unexpectedly. But hey, people were lining up, taking pictures, smiling like everything was normal. I'm over here keeping my distance like, y'all got that. We kept it moving because this was not about to be part of our experience. And honestly, that pretty much sums up Fremont at night. You'll see things you didn't expect, things you didn't ask for, and things you definitely won't forget. But that's part of it. It's unpredictable, it's a little wild, and it keeps you on your toes. So after leaving Container Park and avoiding the snake situation, we were like, it's time to eat again. We headed over to the Fremont Hotel food court to grab something quick before calling it a night. And at this point, we weren't even pretending to be healthy anymore. That ship had sailed days ago. We found Fremont Pizza Company and decided to just go all in and get a whole piece of pie. And honestly, it was really good. Like better than we expected at the time of the night. The total came out to $32, which in Vegas actually felt reasonable for a whole pizza. We sat down, ate, and just relaxed for a bit. Probably a little too proud of ourselves for making that decision. But yeah, if you're staying around Fremont, we definitely recommend stopping there. It got the job done and then some. So day 6, we said goodbye to Circa and headed back to the Strip. And this time, we were checking into the Venetian. We grabbed an Uber, which ran us about $18, and honestly, after returning that Mustang, it felt kind of nice to just sit back and let someone else drive. We pulled up to the Venetian, and right away you can tell, this place is on another level. It's big, it's detailed, and it just looks expensive. We headed inside to check in, and the lobby alone had me looking around like a tourist again. The ceilings, the design, everything just felt fancy. Like, don't touch anything unless you know the price first kind of fancy. Now here's the best part. This one night is completely free. We used our Hyatt points to book it, and I'm not gonna lie, that made the whole experience feel even better. Because if we had to pay full price for this room, we might have skipped it for this trip. So we got our keys and headed up to the room, and when we walked in, we just stood there for a second because this room was huge. We booked a standard 2-queen bedroom with a sphere view, but standard doesn't really mean standard here. These rooms are more like suites. Let's start with the bathroom. It was very big and spacious. Separate shower, nice tub, double sinks, and everything was clean, polished, and just looked like only the rich stays here. I walked in saying I could get used to this real quick. Then you move into the main area, and there's this whole den-like space. A couch, a table. It felt like a small living room. I'm standing there like, this is more space than we actually need, but I wasn't complaining at all. The beds were comfortable, everything looked fresh, and there was plenty of room to move around without bumping into anything, which for me is always a plus because I will find a way to bump into something. They've got 2 fridges in the room, which I thought was interesting. One is stocked with items you can purchase, which we already know means don't touch unless you're ready to pay. And then there's another fridge where you can actually put your own stuff. That's the one we cared about. Drawer space was solid too. Plenty of room to unpack if you're staying longer than a night. And one thing I really liked, they had a wireless phone charger on each nightstand beside the bed. So you just drop your phone down and you're good. No searching for cords, no fighting over outlets, just simple. The closet space was good too, and that's where the safe is located. Easy to find, easy to use. But let's talk about the real reason we booked this room, the sphere view. We went straight to the window, and yeah, it did not disappoint. We could see the sphere right there, lighting up, changing visuals. I'm just standing there thinking, this is actually cool. And it wasn't just the sphere. We could see the tram going from one end of the strip to the next. Just a lot going on to look at. We stood there just watching everything like it was a live show. And the best part, we didn't pay for it. Well, not directly. Using those points definitely paid off on this one. So yeah, first impression of the Venetian, this place is nice, like really nice. And for one night, it felt like we leveled up a little bit. I definitely have to come back to stay for more nights. So after we got settled in the room, and yes, after staring at the sphere a little longer than we should have, we decided to go explore the Venetian a bit more. Because let's be honest, if we're staying here, we're gonna see everything we can. So first stop, the fitness room. Now I'm gonna be real with you. We didn't come to Vegas to work out. That was never the plan. But my husband still likes to check it out, just in case we suddenly become motivated. We walked in and I was actually impressed. It was clean, spacious, and had a good setup. Treadmills, weights, machines, everything you'd need if you were serious about staying on track. Meanwhile, I'm standing there like, yeah, I'll admire this from a distance. But if you're the type who likes to get a workout in while traveling, this is definitely a solid spot. After that, we headed over to check out the pool area. Now getting there is a bit of a walk, but once you find it, it opens up into this whole outdoor space that feels completely separate from everything inside. And I'll say this right away, the Venetian pool areas are very nice. You've got multiple pools, plenty of seating, cabanas, and just a lot of space to spread out. It doesn't feel cramped, which I always appreciate. And the design, it fits the whole theme of the hotel. Clean, structured, a little bit of that Italian-inspired look going on. It just feels put together. We walked around for a bit, checking out the different sections, and one thing we noticed is that it's not just one pool area. Because here's the thing. The Venetian and the Palazzo actually share pool access. So when you're staying at one, you can use both. And that really expands your options. You've got different pool setups, different layouts, different seating areas. So if one side feels a little busy, you can just move over to another section. We didn't get in the water this time. We already had our pool day at Resorts World, but just walking around, you can tell people really enjoy it out there. Some folks are laid back, just relaxing. Others are more into the social side of things. It's a mix. And I'm just over here like, okay, this is definitely a step up from the average hotel pool. We found a spot to sit for a minute just to take a break and had one of those moments where I was like, this is why people stay here. It's not just the room, it's everything that comes with it. The space, the layout, the access to different areas, it all adds up. Now, I will say this, it isn't a budget-friendly type of experience if you're paying out of pocket. But since we use points for the room, it made it a whole lot easier to enjoy everything without thinking too hard about the price. But overall, touring the hotel was worth it. From the fitness center to the pool areas, everything felt well maintained and thoughtfully designed. And even though we weren't out there swimming or working out, just seeing what's available gives you a better idea of what you're getting if you stay here. Plus, it gave us another excuse to walk around and justify all the food we've been eating, which at this point, we definitely needed. So after we finished checking out the pool area, we were like, we're not done yet. Let's keep walking and see what else this place has. And when I say we walked, we walked. The Venetian is one of those hotels where you think you've seen a lot, and then you realize you've only scratched the surface. We started heading back inside, and right away you're surrounded by shops, and not just a few stores. I'm talking rows and rows of them. High-end brands, boutique shops, little specialty stores, the kind of places where you look at the price tag and immediately pretend you weren't interested. I'm over here walking past like, oh, this is nice. But it's not just the stores, it's the whole setup. The ceilings, the design, the way everything flows together. You almost forget you're inside a hotel. Then we made our way toward the gondola area. And yeah, people were actually riding the gondolas inside. You've got the water, the bridges, the painted sky ceiling overhead, and then the gondolier singing while pushing the boat along. And I'm thinking, okay, this is a little extra, but also kind of cool and romantic in a sense. Would I do it? Maybe, if I stopped thinking about the price. But it definitely adds to the whole experience of the place. We kept moving and of course ended up back in the casino area. Now this casino is big. Like you can walk for a while and still not see everything. Tables, machines, people everywhere. But it didn't feel overwhelming. Just a lot of space and a lot going on. At this point, we're just walking, turning corners, exploring, no real plan. And then it hit us. We had walked so far, we ended up in the Palazzo. No announcement, no big sign saying you've crossed over. We just looked around like, wait, we're in a different hotel. And sure enough, we were in a whole other hotel. That's when you know you've been walking, enjoying the sights, but not paying full attention. But the crazy part is, Palazzo feels just as nice. Same kind of upscale look, same attention to detail, just a continuation of everything we had already seen. And at this point, my feet are starting to have opinions. I'm like, okay, we might need to sit down somewhere soon. But even with all the walking, I can't lie, it was worth it. Just seeing how everything connects, how big the whole place really is, it gives you a whole new appreciation for it. And yeah, we didn't buy anything. We didn't ride the gondola, but just walking through it all felt like an experience on its own. Even if my step counter was judging me by the end of the day. So after all that walking through the Venetian and accidentally ending up at the Palazzo, we were like, it's time to eat. We stopped by Grand Lux Cafe, and I've got to say, this place is really nice inside. It feels a little upscale, but still comfortable enough where you don't feel out of place. It appears to be a sister restaurant to the Cheesecake Factory, but better. They sat us down, and before we even ordered, they brought us out this bread. And listen, that bread was good. Warm, soft, just the kind of bread that makes you start eating before you even think about your actual meal. For lunch, John, he went a little more responsible. Simply salmon with mashed potatoes, asparagus, and iced tea. I went with the Chop House burger, fries, and a soda, keeping it simple. Everything came out looking good, and honestly, it tasted just as good. No complaints there. But then the bill came, $82 for lunch. And I just sat there like, okay, we're really doing this Vegas thing, huh? But hey, we gotta eat. Now don't get me wrong, the food was great, but I'm already thinking ChatGPT is definitely gonna have something to say about this one. So after lunch at Grand Lux, yeah, that $82 lunch, we were like, okay, we need to walk this off and maybe do something that doesn't cost a whole lot. That's when we decided to go ride the monorail. Now to catch it, we did have to go outside and we had to walk through Harrah's Casino, which already felt like a mini journey. You know how it is in Vegas. You think something is right there and then you're walking for 15 minutes like, are we almost there? But we finally found the signs, made our way to the station, and got our tickets. It cost us $6 each for a single ride, which honestly isn't bad at all compared to everything else we've been spending. And if you buy your tickets online ahead of time, it can be even cheaper. So that's a little tip right there. Now, for those who don't know, the Las Vegas Monorail runs along the east side of the Strip. It connects a bunch of major stops like MGM Grand, Bally's Horseshoe, Flamingo, Harrah's, the Convention Center, and a few other stops. So it's actually a pretty useful way to get around, especially if you're tired of walking, which we definitely were at this point. We got up to the platform, and I'm not gonna lie, it felt kind of cool, like we've been in Vegas all this time and hadn't used it yet. The train pulls up, doors open, and we hop on. And right away, I'm like, okay, this is nice. It's clean, air conditioned, which is a big deal out here, and way smoother than I expected. We grabbed a couple of seats and just rode. Now, this wasn't about getting somewhere specific for us. We were just riding it to experience it. So we're sitting there watching the Strip go by from a different angle, and I'm thinking this is actually a smart way to move around if you're trying to save your feet. Because let me tell you, walking Vegas all day, that's a workout you didn't sign up for. As we passed different stops, you could see people getting on and off, some heading to conventions, some just moving between hotels. And it really hit me like, okay, this isn't just a tourist thing. People actually use this to get around efficiently. Now, is it gonna take you everywhere? No. It doesn't hit every single hotel, and depending on where you're staying, you might still have a bit of a walk. But for certain routes, it definitely helps, and you save some steps. And for $6, that's one of the more reasonable things we paid for so far. We rode it for a bit, just enjoying the break from walking, enjoying the AC, and honestly just sitting down for a minute, because at this point in the trip, sitting down feels like a luxury. After a few stops, we decided to hop off and head back. But I'm glad we did it. It's simple, it's easy, and it's something different. If you're in Vegas for a few days, especially if you're staying on the Strip, it's worth trying at least once, even if it's just to give your feet a break. Because trust me, your feet will thank you. So later that evening, we finally made it back to the Venetian pool, and this time we actually got in. After all that walking, riding, and eating, I was like, my body needs the hot tub. We found a couple of chairs, got settled in, and eased into the pool. It felt good. Just being in the water, not thinking about where we had to go next or how much we just spent on lunch. Then we made our way over to the hot tub, and that was the real win. I sat down like, okay, I might not get back up. At this point, we weren't rushing anything, just relaxing, letting the day catch up with us, and giving our feet a break because they definitely earned it. Simple moment, but we needed it. Oh, and we forgot to mention something earlier, because apparently we ate so much on this trip, we can't even keep track anymore. But we went to the Venetian pool, we stopped by Ben & Jerry's to grab a couple of brownie a la modes. Now in my head, I'm thinking, this is about to be really good. Ice cream, brownies, the whole situation. Yeah, about that. We paid $32 for the two of them, and this time it wasn't worth it. I was a little disappointed. The ice cream was fine, but those brownies, they tasted like they had been sitting there thinking about life for a few days. We're over here chewing like, is this old? And you know how you try to convince yourself it's still good because you already paid for it? Yeah, that was us. We still ate it though, because $32? Yeah, we're not wasting that. If I had to do that one again, I'd probably pass. So after we got cleaned up from the pool, we were like, we can't just stay in the room. We're in Vegas. Let's go walk the Strip at night. We stepped outside, and right away you could tell it was one of those good nights. The weather was perfect, not too hot, not too cold, just right. And people everywhere. I'm talking crowds, music, lights, energy, all of it. We started walking and just let the night take us wherever. No real plan, just moving with the flow. First thing we passed was the M&M store. And I don't know what it is about that place, but it always catches your attention. Bright colors, people going in and out, and I'm standing there like, yeah, I don't need candy, but I kind of want to go in. Right across from that, you've got the Coca-Cola store. Same thing, big, bright, full of people. It's like everything is competing for your attention, and somehow it all works. We kept walking, and the closer we got to the center of the Strip, the more packed it got. People from everywhere, just out enjoying the night. And then you start seeing the costume characters. Now listen, this is one of those things you've got to be ready for. You've got people dressed up as everything. Superheroes, cartoon characters, we even saw Lego Batman. And I had to do a double take like, wait, is that really? Yeah, that's Lego Batman. People were lining up, taking pictures, laughing. This is part of the experience. We kept moving and past Caesar's Palace, and that place always looks impressive. Big, lit up, just sitting there like it knows it's been doing this for a long time. Then we made our way toward the Bellagio, and that whole area, always busy. You've got people everywhere, lights reflecting off of everything, just constant movement. And I'm trying to walk and not run into anybody while also looking around at everything like I've never seen it before. At one point, I'm like, okay, focus, keep walking straight. But it's hard not to look around. There's always something happening. And honestly, that's what makes it fun. We didn't rush it either. We took our time, stopped here and there, just soaking it in. Because yeah, it's crowded, but it's busy. And it's also part of what makes Vegas feel like Vegas. And I'll be honest, by the end of it, my feet were definitely talking to me again. but it was worth it. Just being out there, walking, laughing, seeing all the random stuff going on. Even Lego Batman made an appearance. Not a bad way to spend the night. So by the time we made it all the way down to MGM, we were like, all right, let's try one more thing before calling it a night. We had heard about this place called Netflix Bites, and apparently it was about to close for the night, and for good. So we're like, okay, now we have to go see what this is all about. We got there just in time, and I mean just in time. Like if we walked any slower, they probably would have turned us around. But they got us seated, and I'm already feeling accomplished, like we just beat a level in a game. So we sit down and start looking around, and I'll say this, the decor was interesting. You can tell they were going for that Netflix theme, tying in shows and all of that. It wasn't over the top, but it was different enough to make you look around for a minute. Now at this point, we weren't trying to do a full meal. We had already been eating all day and night, and honestly, I was still thinking about that $82 lunch. So we kept it simple. We ordered a Caesar salad and an order of wings that we shared. That's it. No appetizers, no desserts, just something light before heading out. Food comes out and I'm like, okay, this looks decent. We start eating and it was okay. Not bad, not amazing, just okay. And then the bill comes, $56 for a salad and wings. I just sat there for a second like, did we accidentally order something else? But no, that was it. $56, including tax and tip, for what I would call a very regular meal. Now don't get me wrong, the experience of being there, seeing it before it closed, that part was cool. But the food itself, not something I'd go out of my way for. At that point, I'm just shaking my head like, ChatGPT is definitely gonna have a field day with this trip. But hey, we made it in before they closed, we tried it, and now we can say we've been there. Even if our wallet wishes we hadn't. So after leaving Netflix Bites and recovering from that $56 light meal, we started making our way back toward the Venetian. And somewhere along the way, we noticed this area called the Overlook. Now at first we weren't even planning to stop. We were tired, feet hurting, just trying to make it back. But then we saw these long escalators going up, and you know how it is, curiosity kicked in. We looked at each other like, are we really about to go up there right now? And of course we did. So we step on the escalator, and I'm not even exaggerating. It felt like we were going up forever. Like one of those escalators where you have time to reflect on your life choices. I'm standing there like, we better see something good after this. But once we got to the top, it was worth the effort. You get this elevated view looking out over parts of the strip, and it's just nice to step away from the crowds for a minute. You're still in the middle of everything, but it feels a little more relaxed up there. Not as loud, not as packed, just a little breathing room. We walked around a bit, took a few moments to just look out and take it in, and I'm over here thinking, okay, this is a good decision, even if my legs don't agree. It's a new area, it wasn't fully finished. There were also a couple of restaurants up there, which I thought was interesting. Like, you could actually come up here, sit down, eat, and have this same view once everything has been completed. We didn't stay too long. Again, our feet were reminding us that we had already done enough for the day, but I'm glad we stopped. It was one of those moments where you pause for a second, step away from all the noise, and just enjoy where you are, even if you had to ride the longest escalator in Vegas to get there. So after checking out the Overlook and surviving that escalator, we made one last stop before calling it a night, the ABC store. At this point, the ABC store had basically become part of our routine. Anytime we needed something quick, water, snacks, random stuff, we just popped in. This time was no different. We grabbed a few things, nothing crazy, and came out to about $10, which in Vegas feels like you just found a discount by accident. I'm standing there like, okay, this might be the most reasonable purchases we've made all day. After that, we finally headed back to the room. And I'm not gonna lie, we were tired. Like that good kind of tired where you've done a lot, seen a lot, and your feet are like, yeah, we're done now. We got back in, changed, got comfortable, and then remembered we've got the sphere view. So we went over to the window to check out another view of all the graphics. Lights changing, patterns moving, just constantly shifting. It's one of those things where you think you'll watch it for a minute and then you're still standing there 10 minutes later like, okay, what is it gonna do next? At that point, we weren't going anywhere else. Just standing there watching the sphere, letting the night wind down. Simple and a perfect way to end the day. All right, day 7. We said goodbye to the Venetian. Yeah, that one hurt a little. And caught an Uber over to Planet Hollywood. That ride cost us $12, which was a positive expense after everything else we've been paying. Now let me break this down real quick, because this right here, this is Vegas math. We paid $323.53 for one night. One night. And when you look at it, the room itself was $170. Okay, not terrible. Then comes the resort fee, $55. And then the tax on the resort fee, $7. I'm like, wait, we're taxing the fee now too? At this point, I'm convinced resort fees are never going away. The government is making way too much money off of this situation. Then we upgraded to a strip view for $23 because of course we did, and paid $45 for late checkout since our flight wasn't until 5 p.m. Add another $23 in regular taxes and boom, $323.53. I just sat there like, I hope this room is amazing. So we get to Planet Hollywood, walk into the lobby, and it's got that lively feel. Music, people moving around, and a lot going on. Definitely more of that center strip energy. We checked in and headed up to the room, and you already know, first thing I look at, the bathroom. And it was nice, clean, good size, nothing over the top, but definitely solid. At this point, I've become a full-on bathroom inspector this whole trip. Then we walked into the main room. Standard king bed set up, and it looked good. Clean, simple, comfortable, no complaints there. But the real reason we upgraded, that strip view. We went straight to the window, and yeah, that was nice. You can see everything. Cars moving, lights, people down below. It just adds something to the whole experience. I'm standing there like, this is why we paid the extra $23. They also had a fridge in the room, which I always appreciate, especially since we've been grabbing drinks and snacks along the way. And the closet space, pretty solid. Enough room to hang stuff up, stash your bags, and the safe is in there too. Overall, the room did what it needed to do. Was it worth $323? That's a different conversation. But hey, it's Vegas. At this point, I've stopped trying to make sense of the prices. We're just here for the experience. So after walking around Planet Hollywood for a bit, we decided to head over to the Horseshoe to try out Guy Fieri's Flavortown Sports Kitchen because we heard about this $19.99 all-you-can-eat brunch. And yeah, that got our attention real quick. We walked in and the place was packed. TVs everywhere, sports playing, people eating. It definitely had that sports bar feel. Now, since it was so busy, we couldn't get a table, so we grabbed a couple of seats at the bar. At this point, we weren't picky, we were hungry. So we ordered the brunch deal. John started with the French toast and a house salad, and I went with the breakfast slam. And then we waited, and waited, and waited some more. I'm not even kidding. It took about 48 minutes for that first order to come out. At one point, I started thinking, are they trying to slow us down so we don't eat too much? But when the food finally came, I've got to be fair, it was actually pretty decent. So of course, we ordered more. 2 more French toast plates and another breakfast slam. We were like, we're going to make this $19.99 count. Now overall, the food was good, but the wait time, that part was rough. All I could think was, Guy Fieri would not be happy about this service at a restaurant with his name on it. I've heard they've expanded the menu since we went, so maybe they've sped things up a bit. But all in all, we paid about $60 total with tax and tip, which honestly isn't bad for all that food. And real quick, don't forget the tip. Those service workers are dealing with a lot, especially in a busy place like that, so don't forget to tip them. So after brunch, after that 48-minute wait, we decided to keep things moving and head over to Paris, Las Vegas to check out the Eiffel Tower experience. Now, we had seen it a bunch of times just walking the strip, but we were like, you know what? Let's actually go up there and see what it's all about. Tickets were $25 each during the day, which honestly isn't bad compared to some of the other stuff we've done. Now at night, it goes up to around $35, so if you're trying to save a few dollars, daytime might be the best move. But we'll get to that in a second. So we bought our tickets and made our way inside, and I'll say this, the setup is pretty smooth. You don't feel rushed, but it is organized enough where you're not just standing around confused. Eventually, we got to the elevator area, and this is where things slow down a bit because you're not just hopping in and going up. You actually have to wait for the elevator operator to come out and take the group up together. So we're standing there waiting, and I'm like, this better be worth it. But once the operator came out and got us all lined up, we stepped inside and started heading up. Now the ride itself, pretty quick, but the cool part is the operator actually talks to you on the way up. Gives you a little history, a few facts about the tower, how it was built, how it compares to the real Eiffel Tower in Paris. And I'm listening like, okay, I didn't expect to get a mini tour on the way up, but I'll take it. They explained that this is about half the size of the real Eiffel Tower, but still tall enough to give you a really good view of the Strip. And then before you know it, the door opens. We walked out and just paused for a second because the view, it really does catch you off guard. You're looking out over the Strip from above and everything just looks different from up there. You can see the traffic moving, people walking, all the hotels lined up. It just hits a little different when you're not down in the middle of it. We walked around the observation deck, and I'm over here trying to act like I've done this before. Meanwhile, I'm glued to the railing like, okay, this is actually really nice. Now here's where timing comes into play. If you go up there at the right time of the day, especially getting closer to evening, you might catch the Bellagio fountains going off. And not just going off, but sync to music. We actually got lucky and saw the fountains dancing to Whitney Houston's version of the Star Spangled Banner. And honestly, that was one of those moments. You're up there looking down, music playing, water moving perfectly with it, and I'm just standing there like, yeah, this was worth the $25. Plus, I'm a huge Whitney Houston fan. We stayed up there for a while too. Took pictures, looked around from different angles, pointed out different hotels, probably said, look at that about 20 times. And it wasn't overly crowded either, which made it even better. You could actually move around, find your own space, and enjoy it without bumping into people every 2 seconds. Now, I will say, if you're afraid of heights, you might feel it a little bit, not enough to ruin the experience, but you know you're up there. For me, I was fine, as long as I didn't look down too long. But overall, this is one of those experiences that's simple, but really well done. You don't need hours, you don't need a whole plan, you just go up, take it in, and enjoy it. And compared to some of the other things we've spent money on during this trip, this one actually felt like a good value because you're not just paying to go up, you're getting a different perspective of Vegas. So if you're coming out here, especially if it's your first time, I definitely recommend this to do at least once. Maybe try to time it where you can catch the transition from day to night or line it up with the Bellagio fountains if you can, because that combination right there, that's hard to beat. And I'll be honest, we went up there thinking it would just be cool, but we came back down like that was actually one of our favorite things. Even if I did hold on to the railing just a little tighter than I needed to. So after we left the Eiffel Tower experience, we were like, let's head back to the room, change clothes, and check out the pool at Planet Hollywood. Because at this point, any chance to sit down and get in some water, we're taking it. We got changed, headed down, and made our way out to the pool area. My opinion is it's actually just okay out there. It's got a good amount of space, lacking in the chair department, and the layout is good. So we kept moving and found a couple of chairs, got settled in, and just relaxed for a bit. The weather was perfect again. Sun out, not too hot, just a good day to be outside. We got in the pool and the water felt great. After all the walking we've been doing, it was exactly what we needed. And one thing I really liked, you've actually got a nice view from up there. We could see the Eiffel Tower replica from the pool, which was kind of cool, especially after just being up there earlier. It just adds a little something to the whole experience. They've also got a game room area nearby, which I thought was interesting. So if you're not just trying to sit by the pool all day, you've got other things to do without leaving the area. We didn't spend any time in there. We were more focused on relaxing, but it's nice to know it's there. Overall, the pool area here is decent. Good setup, good energy, and enough going on where you won't get bored, but still relaxed enough where you can actually unwind. And for us, that's exactly what we needed. Because after everything we've done on this trip, our bodies were starting to keep score. So after we finished up at the pool, we went back to the room, rested for a bit, because we had a dinner reservation that we already knew was about to cost us. That night, we headed over to LAVO, Italian restaurant in the Palazzo. And walking in, you can tell right away, this is a really nice restaurant. Nice setup, dim lighting, people dressed up a little more, a good date night restaurant. We sat down, looked at the menu, and everything looked good. But also, everything looked expensive. I'm scanning the menu like, okay, we're already here. Just go ahead and commit. We're going to enjoy all of this delicious food despite the price. They started us off with some garlic bread and veggies while we waited. And when I tell you that bread hit, it was on point. I had to slow myself down, like don't fill up on the bread before the real food gets here. For drinks, I went with something called the Aptly Named, and I had 2 of those. Don't judge me. They were delicious. John had 2 Lavallini cocktails. And then for food, we shared a Caesar salad, and I got the seafood Alfredo as my main. John went with spaghetti and meatballs. Everything came out looking good, and taste-wise, yeah, it was solid. No complaints there. But then the bill came. $233 for dinner. Now don't get me wrong, the food was great. But for that price, I guess it's Vegas. This is definitely one of those places I'd say save it for something special, like a celebration, anniversary, birthday, something where you're already planning to spend. Because just walking in on a random night like we did, yeah, your wallet will feel it. But hey, we tried it, and now we know. So after dinner, after that $233 reality check, we were like, all right, one more walk down the strip. Last night in Vegas, we can't just go back to the room. We stepped outside and it felt great. Same energy, same lights, people still out everywhere like it's the middle of the day. Vegas really doesn't slow down. We didn't have a plan this time, no checklist, no we gotta see this, just walking, taking it in one last time. And I'll be honest, it hit a little different knowing this was our last night. We passed by some of the same spots we'd seen earlier in the trip, and I'm over here like, man, we really did a lot out here. We wasted no time. At some point, we stopped by Walgreens to grab a few snacks for the room, and of course, that turned into $33. I picked up a couple of things thinking this won't be much, and then the total pops up. But at this point, what's one more charge, right? We kept walking a little longer, just enjoying the moment, not rushing back. Because yeah, this was it. Last night, last walk, last chance to just be out there. And honestly, it was a good way to end our last night. So here we are, day 8, last day in Vegas. We woke up around 9 a.m., went and grabbed some Starbucks, which cost us around $31 for a cup of coffee, a frappe, and a slice of banana nut bread. There goes someone with those snakes again. We started packing, but our flight wasn't until 5 p.m. We had late checkout at 2 p.m., so we weren't in a huge rush. But yeah, reality was starting to set in. We got everything packed before noon, and honestly, I was proud of us for that, and decided to walk over to the Cosmopolitan to grab something to eat before heading out. And let me tell you, walking into the Cosmopolitan, you feel the high energy as soon as you walk in. Right away, you notice the design. It's modern, clean, and just put together really well. You've got these tall ceilings, cool chandelier lighting, and everything just feels glamorous. We were walking thinking the Cosmopolitan is giving very chic with an upscale glow. There's a lot going on too. People coming and going, music playing, different little spots to sit and hang out. It's pretty busy, but not overwhelming. And then you start noticing the details, the decor, the artwork, the way everything is laid out. It doesn't feel random. It actually feels like somebody sat down and thought through how they wanted this place to look. We made our way toward the food court, and even that area felt more upgraded than your typical setup. You've got different food options all in one place, but it doesn't feel like a basic mall food court. It's just unique. At this point, we're walking a little slower, not just because we're tired, but because we know this is kind of the last stretch of the trip. And I'm over here thinking about the whole trip saying, man, we really did Vegas this time. We did that. But yeah, the Cosmopolitan was a great stop. Nice environment, good energy, and just a good place to grab a bite before heading out. Even if we were already mentally preparing for that flight home. So after walking around the Cosmopolitan for a bit, we decided to settle on a spot called Naughty Patty's. Now, if you've never heard of it, it's basically a gourmet burger place. Think upgraded fast food, bigger burgers, loaded toppings, seasoned fries, that kind of thing. At this point, we weren't trying to experiment. We just wanted something filling and satisfying. So we both ordered the patty meal combo, burger, fries, and a drink. And yeah, each combo was about $25. So the total came out to $56 with tax and tip. And I just look at the total like, here we go again, one last time. But I'll be fair, the food was good. The burger had flavor, fries were on point, and were fresh. No complaints at all. It's just the price. Vegas really has a way of making you question everything you thought you knew about food costs. But hey, last day, right? So after we finished eating at Naughty Patty's, and after that $56 burger situation, we decided to walk it off and explore a little more of the Cosmopolitan. And I'm glad we did, because there's a lot to see in there. As we're walking, we noticed a line forming, and not just a small line. People were lined up to get into the marquee nightclub and day club. Now this was during the day, and I'm already thinking, y'all got more energy than I do, because at this point in the trip, I'm pacing myself just trying to make it to the airport later. Clearly, that's one of the hot spots in the hotel. We kept walking and passed by that famous giant high heel shoe display. It's one of those things you've probably seen online, but in person, it still catches your attention. It's a big shoe and the perfect spot for a photo or a selfie. Then we came across something I didn't expect at all, an old cigarette vending machine. And not just for cigarettes, it's been turned into one of those quirky art machines where you can buy random little items. I had to stop and look at it for a minute like, okay, this is kind of cool. It's those little unexpected things that make walking around here interesting. After that, we made our way down to the casino area. And just like everything else in this hotel, it felt well put together. Good layout, nice lighting, plenty of space, just a solid setup overall. We didn't stay too long down there. We've seen enough slot machines to last us a while, but it is still worth walking through. Overall, I've got to say, the Cosmopolitan is very nice. Like, this is definitely one of those places where I'd actually want to stay on a future trip. And I'm already thinking, next time we might have to switch it up, because this place left a good impression. So just like that, we're headed back home to Nashville. We grabbed an Uber to the airport, $25, and of course, one Las Vegas moment. We spent another $19 on snacks and water at the airport, because apparently, high spending doesn't stop until you leave the state. But honestly, this 8-day trip, we had a great time. We did a lot, saw a lot, ate, way more than we probably should have. And yeah, we definitely spent some money along the way. But that's part of the experience. Now, if this video helped you in any way, maybe gave you some ideas or even showed you what not to do, go ahead and hit that like button, share it with somebody you'd bring to Vegas, subscribe to the channel, and drop us a comment. And don't forget to download our free ebook, 25 Las Vegas Tourist Traps That Waste Your Money. The link is in the description and comments. It'll definitely help you avoid some of the things we ran into. Now, here's where it gets interesting. We're about to break down exactly how much we spent on this entire trip. And then we're going to see how much money ChatGPT could have saved us doing the same Vegas trip. Yeah, this might hurt a little. All right, here we go.
But before we see how much AI would have saved us on a similar trip to Vegas, we just want to share with you on how we gamble when we go to Vegas. And we do gamble responsibly. Our limit or our budget is $300 to $500 every time, and sometimes we don't even gamble all that because we really don't like to gamble. But when we do, my choice is this electronic roulette game. And they have maybe about 2 or 3 of these games in just about every casino on the strip. So it allows you to put in cash. It's not like you have to have chips or anything when you go to a regular table and have to fight over seats and hurry up and put a stack of chips here, a stack of chips there. You just place your bet on the electronic screen right in front of you, and it has a screen there that shows the ball moving around, and also has a real roulette wheel at the bottom here. You'll see it in a second, where a real ball is rolling around and you can see where it lands. So what I do is I'll place, looks like I won here, So I'll place a bet, maybe $100, and put it on black or red. And if I win, it doubles my money. So what I do is I cash out as soon as I win. So that's $100 right there. That's enough to buy dinner. That's enough to pay tips. That's enough to help with your expenses. And what we do is, we'll see an electronic roulette game in a certain hotel just by walking through, just to see the hotel. When we're just touring the hotel or something, we'll say, let's go stop over here and maybe play $20 or something, $50. So right here, I believe we played $20 at the Horseshoe, I believe. So we put the $20, I believe we placed it on black, as you can see there, $20. So if it hits on any number black, it'll double my money. So here I'll make $20. That's not a lot, but hey, it'll pay for something. So if we want some snacks, we're always going to the ABC store. We might need some medicine. I don't know. We might need some chapstick or something to drink, some water or something. Stuff is expensive out here in Vegas. I mean, it'll pay for most of it, but $20 is not a lot. But as soon as I win that $20, I cash out. And I don't stay there playing on that machine, because the longer you play on these Vegas machines or tables, the longer you gamble, the more likely it is that you're gonna lose. Yeah, so this is the Horseshoe, and I put in 20 and got out 20. Now my wife, she likes these slot machines, so she's not the one to sit there all day. But what we do, our strategy is to wait to see if we can get those free spins. Once we get those free spins, it's a good chance that you're going to make some kind of money, whether it's $5, $10, $15, $20, whatever that amount is. If it's above what she actually put in the machine, we'll cash out, because we can use that money to actually, go, like I said, go buy something small, or, help buy something else. But we don't sit there all day, because if you sit there all day trying to chase losses, is how they put it, you definitely are gonna lose in Las Vegas. So here I think I put maybe $50. Where is this? I believe this is Resorts World. Yeah, I put $50 on black and won $50. Guess what? Time to cash out. Time to go get some lunch. Time to go down the street, get some ice cream. Time to go do something with it. So this is the ticket. I cash out, and then we go on about our business. Now with this strategy, I think we netted about $300, because we lost a couple of times. I'm not gonna say you win every time. What is this? Golden Nugget, $20. So we were walking through Golden Nugget, we spotted a machine, so we just went over there and thought we'd throw $20 in there and see if we can double it. Now we lose, we just walk away. We don't pay. Like if I put in $20 and bet on black or red and we lose, we just get up and walk away. We just lost. That's just the nature of the beast. So right here, it looks like I bet 100. I'm not sure what hotel this is. This might be the MGM. I'm not sure. We were down there to eat at Netflix Bites. So we went down there, we just walked through, and it looks like I won $100 before we walked into Netflix Bites. That's crazy. So we won $100, walked into Netflix Bite, and ate. We didn't eat much there. The bill was still maybe about $50-$60, but hey, guess what paid for that? So this is my wife again. She's back on the slot machine. She loves her slot. She loves the I believe it's called Quick Hits slot machine. She loves those. But we wait, and like I said, until we get those free spins. That's what they call them, the free spins on the Quick Hits. And yeah, so we just go like that. So our advice to you is that if you go out to Vegas to gamble, just go out there with a budget, because you're not going to get rich gambling out here in Vegas. The house has the edge. I believe that's the terminology for it. It's called the house edge, which the longer you play, the more likely you are to definitely lose. So we don't sit there for hours gambling. We try and figure out other things to do, so we just use this as a form of entertainment. But you know, we don't sit here for hours. You know, we really don't like to gamble, but you know, it's fun just doing it as entertainment. So as you see here, you can see that she's going to win about $15 or $16 now. It may not be much, but guess what? We could use that to go get a Frappuccino. Either, you know, nowadays in Las Vegas, a Frappuccino might cost about $15. So she'll get one. Maybe we'll split it, or hey, it'll be similar to a buy one, get one free. Now, I'm not sure if this is a strategy or not, but our philosophy when it comes to gambling in Las Vegas is to treat it like entertainment, not income. Set a budget before you walk into the casino and only gamble money you're completely prepared to lose. Never, ever chase losses. And once your budget is gone, just be willing not to gamble for the rest of the entire vacation. Remember, there's a lot to do in Vegas. Gambling is just one of them. Okay, so as we promised, what we're going to do here is I've already put in the prompt in ChatGPT to see how much AI can save us or would have saved us on this trip. So as you can see here, please create an itinerary for 8 days in Las Vegas to see how much you could save, we could have saved versus what we spent. So what I did was put in all the details about all the prices and everything that we spent that you saw in the video there. So we ended up spending a total, this is what flights, food, hotel stay, rental cars, everything. We spent a total of $4,085 and some change. Okay, so this is what ChatGPT says. So we wanted it to create it. Oh, there we go. $4,085.69. So we wanted to create a similar itinerary, and for ChatGPT to make just a few changes, but to see how much it could save us. So this is what the chat started off. I'll build a lower cost version that still keeps your 4 hotel experience, 1 downtown and Fremont stay, and 3 hotels on the strip. I'll compare it against your $4,085.69 total and focus on realistic savings without stripping out the fun. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, let's see. This is telling us about public transportation, so it looks like it doesn't want us to use Uber as much. Based on your $4,085.69 total, I'll build a cheaper version around no 3-day car rental. Okay, more food court casual meals and fewer paid upgrades and 1 discounted show night. Okay. All right, so day 1. Okay, looks like it, instead of staying in Resorts World, it wants us to stay, it looks like it wants us to go from a 4 or 5-star hotel down to a 3-star hotel, which is Excalibur, Luxor, Flamingo, Horseshoe, or the Lynx. Okay, that's understandable if you're on a budget. Okay, total cost for hotel $185, food $35, I guess $25 to take an Uber from the airport. Okay, let's see if we still wanted to go to Red Rock Canyon. Okay, it says rent a car for 1 day. That does make sense. Rent a car for 1 day instead of 3 days. Total cost, it's like $160 on day 2. Day 3, I guess we're still doing the same thing. Oh, Circus, it says skip the Adventure Dome and just do a Circus walkthrough. That is free. Yeah, I don't think we'll do Adventure Dome again unless, we take some kids or something to Adventure Dome, but just wanted to experience that one time. Okay. Move down to Fremont. Okay, check into the Four Queens instead of Circa. Okay, yeah, looks like the strategy is to downgrade from a 4 or 5 star hotel down to a 3-star. I believe Four Queens is a 3-star. They have other 3-star hotels down there as well, so that definitely saves some money there. Okay, so if we still want to go to Stadium Swim, that's going to cost us $25 to go, but we save money by staying at a 3-star hotel. Okay, it says you go to the stadium. Okay, well, it says only if included with hotel, but if you're staying at the Four Queens, I don't think it's included, but it's only $25. So that would have been another $50 if we wanted to go swimming at the Stadium Swim. Otherwise, do Fremont, free music, casinos, and container park at night. Okay. That saves some money. Okay. Day 6. Okay, so we did stay, I believe, let me see, we stayed at the Venetian, but it was free because we used our Hyatt points. So if we don't stay at the Venetian, or if we didn't have Hyatt points, looks like it's recommending that we stay at a 3-star hotel on the Strip instead. Would have definitely saved us money if it wasn't for the Hyatt points. Let's see. Okay, so Planet Hollywood, I guess, was a good choice, but it says skip the Strip view, upgrade, and skip the late checkout fee. Okay. We would have to find somewhere to go because our flight wasn't leaving until 5 p.m. So we'd have to pack it all up and take the luggage with us, I guess. And okay, still do the Eiffel Tower experience and a discounted show. So on day 8, when we went over to Naughty Patties and spent $56, I guess it's cutting that out. It says coffee snacks from Walgreens instead of Starbucks. Oh yeah, it's cutting out the Starbucks as well. That makes sense. And a casual lunch, something cheaper than $56, I guess, especially when it's for burger and fries. All right, so here's the breakdown. Okay, so my trip for flights and bags, we spent $540. The cheaper version, the cheaper AI version, looks like he may have found, the bot could have found a cheaper flight. Probably would have been Frontier Airlines or something like that for way cheaper. Okay, on hotels, saved us about $400 on hotel stay. Definitely saved us around $300 on rental car, parking, and all that good jazz. Okay, Uber, it's about the same price on Uber, so it looks like we're still taking the same Uber expense. Wow, food, snacks, and drinks. Wow, look at that. Saving us a lot of money on that. Okay, that makes a lot of sense from where we ate, but of course it was our anniversary, so we did have to splurge just a bit, but not that much, not as much as we did. And then activities saved us some money. So the total savings, we spent $4,085.69, and ChatGPT would have spent around $2,300 to $2,400. That's almost half. So it says estimated savings. You could have saved roughly $1,600 to $1,740 while still doing 8 days, 4 hotels, Red Rock, downtown Fremont, pools, free attractions, and at least one paid experience. The biggest savings would have come from cutting the 3-day Turo rental, lowering restaurant spending, skipping room upgrades, using 4 Queens downtown, which is downgrading to 3-star hotels, and using the free public transportation instead of the extra ride shares. And one thing I can say about taking the ride shares or Uber, most of the times we were Ubering when we checked out of one hotel to the next, and we were not gonna be walking around the public transportation with all that luggage. We didn't have much. I think we had like maybe one and a half suitcases a piece, 1 or 2 suitcases or something, but it was hot out there, so we just prefer that an Uber picked us up right in front of a hotel and drop us off in the front of another hotel. So you can save money like that, but if you're willing to take your luggage with you and hop on a bus or a monorail, be my guest. Yeah, so they did save us almost half. I believe we may take this advice next time we go to Las Vegas and we stay for 8 days. So, okay, and there you have it. Using AI could have saved us about half of what we spent on an 8-day trip to Las Vegas. But let me ask you this question. Which is more important to you if you were to take a trip to Vegas? Saving money or enjoying the finer things that Las Vegas has to offer? Let us know in the comments. And if you think this video was helpful at all, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more great travel content. Oh, and don't forget to download our free ebook, 25 Las Vegas Traps That Waste Your Money. This ebook could help you save even more money in Vegas. We'd like to thank you for watching, and happy travels.